Welcome to today's Miracle Moment. I'm Marcy Shimoff.
And I'm Dr. Sue Morter, and together we're the co-leaders of your Year in Miracles, where we teach thousands of people around the world to live in the miracle zone, this place of synchronicities and flow, where you're creating the conditions in your life for miracles to occur. And today's Miracle Moment is about relationships as a spiritual path.
Ooh, relationships as a spiritual path. So
Yeah.
here's what we know. It is a core human need we all have to connect with each other, to bond with each other. And whether it's in friendship or romance or family or within a community, we are wired to be social creatures. And having loving relationships creates, it helps us have a more fulfilled, enriched life. And we also know that relationships can be our biggest teachers. The people we are most in connection with, the people we love the most, are often also those people who can push our buttons. They can be our mirrors. They can show us our struggles or our challenges or the places where we need to have some healing. And I know that we have all experienced being triggered in a relationship when, someone in our life says something or does something that creates a reaction with us. We react to it. And in these moments, it can seem like, the other person is out to get us. The other person is out to criticize us or upset us. But the emotional upset isn't just about that person or situation in front of you. It is triggering something. It's triggering a past experience. It's triggering a wounding that didn't fully get processed from a younger age. While having our triggers or upsets usually doesn't feel great, it's ultimately an invitation for us, for our own growth, our own healing. It's an invitation to see what is going on inside that is triggering us in this way. And, we can, it's very easy to want the other person to change. But if we look at relationships as these opportunities for us to become more whole, to grow, to evolve, then everything that arises can be an opportunity. And I know, Sue, you speak about this so beautifully.
As do you, Mar. So, when we're triggered, we just have to recognize that the first thing that we need to do is love the part of us that is triggered, rather than trying to protect that part of us and project, some kind of defensive thing onto the person that we're in relationship with. The ideal thing to do in that moment is to realize, oh my God, I'm triggered. Oh, I can feel it because I got tightness in my chest, my heart's pounding, my stomach's on a knot, I got all the tension going on in my body. No, I'm fine. No, I'm not fine. I'm triggered. Okay. So the moment that we recognize those kinds of things happening in our physiology, use that as a guide and then recognize, oh, this is the physiology of triggered. I'm triggered right now. I'm not in my true self. I'm in my triggered self. And so the very first thing I need to do is love the part of me that is triggered, just with compassion. Just go to it and just say, oh my gosh, what's cooking here? I'm here for you. I'm not going to let this continue. I'm not going to keep deflecting it onto someone else. I'm going to let's just breathe. So I'm just here breathing with this part of me that's all triggered and all upset. And you don't even have to know the story. You don't have to know the history. But if you do, all the better. And just breathe with it and be right there and ask that little one what they want. And, the one who got triggered early on in your life, and then give it to them and then be the one and receive it. And it's just this beautiful bonding thing that happens right in that moment. And then the next thing you want to do is use this dynamic that's happening with this other person that you're in relationship with to give an opportunity for you to build a new circuit right there. Instead of saying something defensive, you're going to say something compassionate or say something loving. You're going to be the first one to love. The moment that you're triggered, love inwardly. And then your next idea is, I got to say something that's at least kind and or present back to this other person, so that I'm just saying, maybe I need to take a moment. I'm going to go take a walk, or maybe I need to, just hear you more. I need to listen sooner. So I like to live by this thing of be the first one to be loving. If there's been an argument, if there's been something that's been upsetting, be the first one to lead with love. Just lead with love. That's a spiritual practice. Can I lead with love when inside I'd rather just tell you all the reasons that I'm right and you're wrong? Can I just let that down, lay it down, and let my ego just kind of float down the river and be present with this person who I dearly love, even though there's something happening here. And the next thing that I would suggest is we want you to recognize that listening deeply is a tremendous spiritual practice in relationship. Just listen deeply. When you want to speak, a spiritual practice would be listen fully. Listen deeply, listen fully, because in the moment of being triggered, if you can get yourself to listen, it will put you into a different set of circuits instantly. And so listen deeply. And as I said, really the first thing that we want to do is to make this connection that a spiritual practice means that we're putting our pieces back together again. We're bringing ourselves back from the splat that happens when we land here. And we're pulling mind and body and breath back together again. That's what spiritual practice is. It's to be able to do that no matter what and to live in that way. So this week, just notice when you are splatting, when you're triggered, when you're projecting it on to the people that you're in relationship with, recognize that you are being gifted with a wonderful opportunity to find your stuff and to put it back together again in a beautiful and loving way. And so,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah. So use your life as an experiment. And this week, experiment, explore. What might your relationships be here to teach you? What might this triggering be here to help you grow in what way? And so we're going to leave you today with a quote from our friends, Katie and Gay Hendricks, who said, "Love is the ultimate healer and liberator because only love is vast enough to embrace its opposite."
Yes, to embrace its opposite. So absolutely. Let us embrace and let us find ourselves loving into ourselves and each other more this week. We know that relationships are our spiritual teacher, and it is exactly what we're here to awaken through. So much love to you all.
Lots of love. Leave us a comment. Let us know how that's working for you and how you're shifting from this. Lots of love.
Excellent. Bye for now.